Don't be scared.
Okay guys, so it has been brought to my attention by multiple coworkers of mine that I don't have like a full get ready with me on my channel yet. I think I've done some older videos like this in the past, but they're super out of date and super shitty quality. So here we are today, making it happen. I'm gonna show you all the steps that I go through to get from this to this. Oh, so chic, so spooky, okay, spooky. Okay, let's just get into it. So today, this video might be a little bit longer. Honestly, it's just gonna be like a chit chat as I go through and do my makeup. There's not gonna be too much editing going on, I don't think, or hope, but you never know. A 40-minute long video isn't fun, so let's just hop right into it, guys. The first thing you're gonna need is a damp beauty blender. Now what I like to do is I like to run water over it, get it really wet, and then squeeze it out as many times as I can with my hand, and then I'll wrap it in a towel and squeeze it again just so that it's really just damp and there's gonna be no water coming out when I squish it as hard as I can. It should just be, oh, a little water came out, but it should just be a little bit moist. Like it shouldn't be like dripping when you do that. That's way too wet. Okay? Okay guys, sorry, I just have this in so I can kind of listen to music while I also do my makeup because I can't really do that. Copyright and all that. Not fun. So the first thing we're going to do is start off with moisturizing our skin. The only thing I've done is put some lip salon. I really like Nivea's skincare line. I have really sensitive skin and I just find that all their products work for me. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to rub it through my fingers and then I put this shit everywhere. Like everywhere. I also tend to, this is gonna sound really weird, but I like to shave here and like around my neck area because I get a lot of peach fuzz and sometimes I don't notice it at all and other times I really think that my makeup gets like clogged up in it and I hate that. So I really like to moisturize there just because I usually do shave off some of my peach fuzz just around my sideburns and like just down here on my neck. That's a weird fun fact you didn't want to know about me. I know, but I shared it anyways because I'm an asshole. Next, I'm going to take a primer. These are a bunch of different e.l.f. ones. To be honest, I think they all fucking do the same thing. They all feel the same. This is their hydrating one, this is their poreless one, and this is their mineral infused one. My favorite is the hydrating one, so that's the one I'm going to use today. It's the most silicone-y, so it makes my skin feel the most soft. Is that a good thing? Probably not. I'm probably gonna have some weird defects because of it when I get older, but like, hey, you know, live fast, die young. Just kidding, live fast. Live slow, get old, you know what I'm saying? So again, I like to put that in my problem areas. The biggest pores that I get are around my nose, and then I have just been breaking out around my mouth because I eat like a savage. And then my forehead, my forehead's not that bad, it's just I crease the most in my forehead, so I like to put it here because of my creasing. I like to put it here because that's like my pimple problem area. My chin is always really dry, and then my sides, like I said, where I shave right like where my hairline is really dry too, so I like to just put the primer there to help the makeup go on. I usually avoid like my main cheek areas because I just don't. And my eyelids, because I just don't need it there, girl. I just don't need it there. So anywhere that's dry or your makeup sticks weird, that's where you should put primer. At least from what I use it for, that's where I put it, girl, you know. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, so now we are going to move on to foundation, and I like to put foundation on with a brush and then buff it out with a beauty blender because I find if I put it on with a beauty blender, it just takes forever and the sponge sucks up a lot more product than it needs to, whereas when I use a brush first, it can really just disperse the product. And then I like to use this to even it out because what a sponge does is it sucks up some of the product and it will push out some of the product where you need it. Does that make sense? Because like when you dab over a spot that has a lot of product, it's gonna suck it up. But if you dab over a spot that doesn't have a lot of product, it's gonna push the product that the sponge has out onto your face. Science. Science, okay? So yeah, I'm just going to use this guy to blend everything. But for me personally, I don't even know if I have a brush clean because that's how ratchet I am. I just like to use one of these brushes. This is one from Amazon. It's literally like black because I use it for my special effects too. Like whatever, you know, it's just like a flat top, pretty standard foundation brush. And now because I'm super cheap, I actually bought the wrong shade of this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, which is a fucking awesome foundation. If you're into full coverage, girl, this is for you. So this is just slightly more yellow than my skin tone. And I say slightly more yellow because I really like to have a yellow base to my face. I just think it makes me look a lot better than if I have a pink toned base on my face. It just doesn't look good, you know? Base to the face, gotta be yellow. Anyways, so I'm just gonna squirt this out. I've got like a painter's palette over here that I use for all my liquids that I squish out. So I'm just gonna put a couple pumps of this on that. I'm literally just gonna dip my brush right into it, like you can see, and then I'm just gonna start painting it. And I'm gonna be honest, when it first goes on, it is a jarring experience, and you're like, girl, that is obviously not your fucking color. But once I powder it and put my concealer on, it blends in a lot better than it's gonna look right now. So I need everyone at home to just relax. Okay, girl, relax. See, it's a little jarring because it's like, ooh girl, that is not your color, but I really like a yellow base, so I can work with it, girl. And you bet your ass I dragged that down to my asshole because it's not my color. So, you know. This foundation actually works really well if you just wanted to use a brush, but I like to use my sponge, so I always use like a double action going on, you know. I like to do my ears too, because my ears lately, especially with the cold weather, have gotten really red, and I don't like how that looks. I don't like a bright red ear, okay? I think that... But you see though, it like blends in with my skin tone like more than you think it would. So now we're gonna take this and just literally go over everything just to get rid of any like brush strokes or uneven spots or anything like that. And if you find that after you do this step there's spots that are like still a little bit sparse, so just put more product on the sponge and dab over that, and that'll help even everything out. And this is a mattifying foundation too, so it just looks like it just sinks right into your skin. It looks so good. Okay, I think that's good for foundation for now. Now we're gonna move on to the brows, which is a feat, if I do say so myself. You're gonna need these three tools. You're gonna need an angle brush, you're gonna need a flat brush, and you're gonna need a little spoolie. And the flat brush has to be pretty small because you're gonna use it to like shape your eyebrow when necessary. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go in with the Cabral from Benefit Cosmetics. It comes with this little like angled brush too, but like this is so short, I can't fuck with that. You know, I need like a brush like as long as the heavens, you know, all the way up to the heavens, because I just need more room for my fat fucking hands. So I've got shade number 3 because my shoppers is questionable, and they only had like 3 shades when I went there the first time, and the other 2 wouldn't work at all. So now I just use shade 3 even when there are more options, because I'm like, it's what I've been using. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, you know? So I've just been like dabbing to get it on the end here, and then I'm gonna squish the bristles together so that the brush actually does this, because normally it's like this, but like at an angle, like just like my hands are, but when you squish it, it makes the end even pointier, so you get like an even more precise line. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. This is a zoom in. So this is what we're working with. I've squished it already, so as you can see, like it's super thin. When I go this way, like it is not fucking around. Like I squish it like that so that it's like, you know what I mean? Super, super flat and squished together. Cause it's so easy for brushes to fray like that, and then you get just all sorts of fucked up nonsense on your brows, girl. Now I'm gonna start from here and work my way up to the middle part of my brow. I always draw a line under my brow first, and then I do a line over my brow, and then I fill it in. So. And then I'm just gonna dab more product and squish my brush and continue. I specifically try to always do my brows before I powder my foundation, because if you put this gel stuff over a liquid, it just blends easier than if you put it over a powdered foundation already. So you see that? I extend my tail quite a bit, so. Now I'm just gonna do the top. And then you're gonna want a cream concealer. I use this one by Maybelline, L'Oreal. It's called Infallible Total Cover. I've bought this like 4 different times because I keep using it to its utmost capabilities, and then I need to get a new one. But it's like a cream concealer, and it works so good because it's super pigmented and works great for really like cleaning up your brows. Okay, so now that we have like a rough outline, now I'm just gonna fill up my brush and fill this in and restart some music, because I need some. Don't forget, drink lots of water while you're, do it out of a fun cup. I don't like drinking water, but I'll drink it if it's in a fun cup. This bitch has one eyebrow on, like the fuck. I like to leave a space here at the front because I'm gonna fade it out forward later, so I like to fill from like here all the way to my tail, and then I wipe product off and start at the front of my brow again. Okay, so now I'm just taking a paper towel and I'm just wiping off the product that's on my brush right now. So because the foundation isn't set and we're using a gel product, now what we're gonna do is literally blend the foundation and the eyebrow gel together. So I'm just gonna go over the gel and drag it like from forward to back, forward to back. So what I'm doing is like dragging foundation and blending it with my brow product. And then I'm just gonna slowly bring that down. And now because I've like mixed the gel quite a bit, I'm gonna clean off my brush again, because the brush will pick up more and more product, and then this will become less and less faded because you'll be picking up more brow product. And now I'm just going to blend where I have it quite pigmented to where I'm starting my fade. I'm gonna wipe off the product again, and then I'm gonna start here where my fade ends and my foundation begins, and I'm just gonna fade that out even more. So you get just like this fucking nice fade, girls, yes! Now I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit with some more concealer. Because I like a very defined brow, honey. Don't be afraid too to take your beauty blender and just at the very tip of your fade, just blend it in with your foundation. And then again, wipe off your brush and blend it back out. It feels tedious when you first do it because you're slow at it, but once you do it enough, you really know when you need to take away and put more on, and so it becomes a lot faster. Okay, now I'm going to dip my brush in, I've got a really dark brown. Can I show you guys this? I've got like eyeshadow palettes upon eyeshadow palettes up here, so. I'm gonna use this brown right here. And I put this on the outer half of my brow because I like to have it darker on the outer half so that in photos and stuff it always shows up. Because I find if I leave it light, sometimes they don't always show up in photos, you know? And then the last step, I like to take this 3D brow tones. This one isn't my favorite. I think I'd get a little bit darker color next time, but again, my options were limited. And I take the tippy top of it because it's got like 3 prongs at the start. And then the like spoolie happens. So I take that and then I go sideways. So now I'm just gonna do my other brow off camera just so this isn't super long. Okay, so that brow is now done. On fleek, looking good. And just like everything with brows, some days I have really good days, some days I have bad days. I have a lot of good days more than bad days now just because I've done my eyebrows. And just like with everything, like the more you do your eyebrows, the faster you'll get. Honestly, my brows probably take me like 15 minutes most of the time, just because I'm really just like getting in there, getting it done, you know what I mean? It takes me longer on camera because I'm used to being like this close to the mirror when I do my eyebrows, so when I'm like farther away, I'm like, wait, how do I do this? Anyways, I don't, like normally I would leave my base like this for like a work day, but because it's the weekend, I put concealer on during the weekend. I don't like to waste my concealer during the week because I'm just like, not worth it, girl. I really like this L'Oreal True Match. No one is talking about this, and it is amazing. It brightens your under eyes so well. It's in this nice little twisty thing, and it comes out here. Honestly, mine's probably dry and I need to get new stuff, but it's so good at brightening though. Today, product, today. Yeah, I think mine's like just about done. So we're just gonna try and use it to its utmost capabilities and then grab the beauty blender again and just blend away our problems, girl. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, now I'm gonna take my RCMA powder and I'm gonna put it on my damp beauty blender. Remember, you're not supposed to squish the sponge into your face. You're supposed to just like barely touch your face with the sponge. So now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start in the middle of my eye, go this way, and then go all the way out just so I don't deposit a bunch of product right in the corner of my eye. And I like to look down to help prevent creasing. And I'm gonna take it into my smile line as well. Let's see if you can see the mattifying experience. To see how this side's very shiny, dewy still, and this is just like straight, like matte, not fucking around. This will crease and all that good stuff because it's not set yet, but this will crease a lot less because I've powdered it into place, if that makes sense. So again, I'm just gonna get a bit on here, and I like to look down so that I don't crease like as I'm applying it, if that makes sense. And if you press too hard with this, you'll shift your foundation and you'll have this really weird like spot that you can't get rid of because you pressed too hard with the powder and it's shifted your foundation to matte in a weird way. So you really just want to like very lightly touch your skin with your beauty blender. You don't want to be... It looks like I'm pressing hard because I'm just going fast, but like I'm barely touching my skin with the beauty blender. Barely. Just go around the nose. My nose is my problem area. It never wants to take product and I've just accepted that. Now I'm going to take a cheaper powder that's supposed to be translucent, but it totally has a color to it. And I'm just going to do the rest of my face because I don't need my expensive powder to do that. I just need to mattify it. I just like to use my expensive powder underneath my eyes because that's where I really need like that airbrush effect. But like over here, like who cares? You know what I'm saying? My skin's super smooth over here anyway. And so... So we might look a little like matte and ghosty right now, but we are going to bring life back into our face with some contouring and all that in a minute. Again. Okay, we're gonna put the sponge aside. Now this is my contouring brush. It's just like a, I don't know, basic fluffy brush. I'm going to dip into the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to take this color. I use this as more of like a bronzing contour than just like a contour because I really like a good like undead creepy look. It's just kind of my vibe, you know? I like to do circular motions to help blend it in. My skin is like still stained a bit from the green hair dye, so it's like slightly yellow up here. I have a really tiny forehead, so whenever I contour it, it like looks even tinier. And I'm like, oh. But if I don't contour it, it just looks really flat. So a weird experience for everyone involved. Then gotta contour the chin neck so I have some sort of frickin' definition going on here. Now I'm going to take a really small fluffy brush and that same contour powder. And I really like to blur out the bottom half of my eyebrow and blend it in with my contour. That's just like a me thing, like this. I don't know, I just like the way it looks. Yeah, I don't know, I just like the way it looks. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't contour my nose too much because I have a pretty small nose, and when I contour it at all, it looks really small. So it's like, ooh. Ooh, girl. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of blush to this, but normally not. I really just like a pale ghosty face, you know? And see, like I said, now you can't even tell that I use like super not my color foundation because like it blends all together now, so. Okay, now normally I would put some mascara on, you know, maybe some lip oil or like a lip tint, call it a fucking day. But because it's the weekend vibes, I am going to do a bit of an eye look today. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put down a transition color, and a transition color is usually a shade that is similar to your skin color, or just a lighter version of the bright color you want to use so that it can blend easier, if that makes sense. Yes, I'm using Subculture. I know the room is shook. I actually don't mind the palette. I don't know what everyone was freaking out about. I don't know, man. My experience has been pretty good with it so far, so like, Now I'm going to go into Destiny here, which is this like forest green color. It's really pretty. And I'm using the same fluffy brush because like, ain't nobody got time for that. Then I'm just going to dust off the fluffy brush that I used for my contour and just use that to buff out the edges of my smoky eye. Now I'm going back to the little bit denser brush to add in that forest green back in. And I'm being very light when I get to the edge of where the color is and where I want it to blend, because the more pressure you put, the more product you'll lay down. Now we're going to take this color on a flat brush. I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to take Freak and Thrash, those two green colors, and I'm just going to kind of blend it in with that foresty green color we put down. Okay, now I'm going to take this electric color, which is like a shimmery green, on just a small little brush. Once I clean it off a little, you know, fine. Okay. I'm gonna put it on my inner corner. I'm gonna take a black eyeliner. You just need to not breathe when you do this, you know? And so because I can see that my lid overlaps here, I have to keep my wing underneath that or else it's gonna transfer to this part of my eyelid. That was intense and probably not helpful to you at all, but I'm not great at wing liner, so I really do need to be like 4 feet away from the mirror. But I'm gonna do the other side and come right back. Okay, so they're sort of similar enough. Now I'm gonna take my favorite pair of lashes. These are from it'll come to me eventually. It's a UK brand. They're mink-ish. Oh, that is gonna bother me. I don't know, look at some of my previous tutorials and maybe I've mentioned it there, but I'm gonna curl my lashes while I'm waiting for the glue to dry. And then I'm going to put some mascara on. Okay, I can't find the color I want, but I'm gonna use this. So this is a face paint. I'm just gonna barely squirt water in there so it's as pigmented as possible. Then I'm gonna take a really tiny brush. I'm gonna test it out on my hand first. Gorgeous. I'm gonna relax my eye because I don't want these to overlap. And then I kind of want to do the same thing with black, just to kind of give like this little kind of spotted look. I don't know. It's just what I want to do. You probably can't even fucking see that. Love it. Okay. So now what I do for my lashes is I take the back end of my brush, I dip it in the lash glue, and then I paint it on. This is just a lot more controlled than like dragging your lashes through the glue or like directly putting it on from the cap. You just get to paint it on, so you can really put like how thick or thin you want it on a certain edge or whatever. And now these ones are just like permanently in the shape of my eye because I've used them like 13 times. But if they weren't, this would be the point where I'd try and like reshape them so that they're a little bit more form-fitting to my eye. Cute. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the other eye. Okay, so this glue is still drying a little bit, but I can go through and poke the underside of my eye. Cool, 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 cool. My coworker got me this, which is the black Fenty. Is it Stunner or Uninvited? I always want it, yeah, it's the Stunner lip shades, but it's Uninvited by Fenty. This is my first Fenty product. Ooh, I need to, that was a gross sound that made. Okay. I've used this already. I think this is so cute. Let's go. Now with shades like this, I like to take that same small brush and my concealer that we did for the brows and just really help define. The edge of my lip just because I'm not a huge fan of lip liners. I have really dry lips anyways, and so then to put a lip liner on, it's like, really? Like, is that what we're gonna do? The last thing is some light, and I think, because it's such a special occasion, I'm gonna use this Lucky Clover. It's like a green highlight from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just gonna go in with this. This isn't my favorite highlighter just because for some reason for me it does give me a bit of like a gray cast, but that's not the worst thing. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you did. Let me know in the comments below what other looks you want to see. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Little children, I'll take you.